Hey Tinterwebs, Chez Taylor back at ya at sax.co.uk, hashtag sax.co.uk. We're trying out some saxes today and having a lot of fun doing it. I am literally a kid in a candy store. So if you haven't already watched the first video of this, I did a bit of a kind of looking at different ranges and what you get for your money from beginner, mid and pro. Right up to this beautiful vintage balanced action, which if you have watched the first video, you'll notice is still here, and that's because I love it. So we're just looking at a few more, basically. I just didn't really feel like there was enough, but I wanted to do a quick video. So I'm combining this with kind of quirky lacquers at the same time, but this is looking at a few more saxes. We've got here the Selma USA model, which is kind of like the baby Selma. So Selma is a French model, and this is the USA ones, which come up a lot cheaper. These this is about $1,000 here that we're looking at for a Selma. They're called Liberty, and we've got this. Is this silver? No, silver plated. It's not solid silver. I'd know about it. It will be heavy. It is a bit heavier, just being silver plated. I mean, it looks beautiful. I think the first thing I'd say is that, look at me, I can't help but keep cleaning it. That's the thing with silver. I'm a flautist as well. Don't know if you knew that, little Chez fact. And they just get filthy, silvers. So that would be the first error. Let's have a look at how it plays. I mean, it's quite nice. Seems to work. Ooh, squeaky. Yeah. I mean, I'm not excited. It's nice. For me, it's a little bit bright. I like quite a mellow sound. You'll know if you watch a lot of Chez videos, you'll know that I don't really like metal mouthpieces on altos. I'm sorry for all my tenor players out there that this has been an alto-based video. You know, one day we'll come back and we'll do the same kind of thing with tenors. But time was not on my side, as per usual, story of my life. So, yeah, it works. Let's listen to the tuning. Yeah, you have to work quite hard for it. Yeah, first of all, I'd say silver wouldn't be for me because you spend the whole time cleaning it. It will constantly have fingerprints on. So even if you're not very anal that way, I mean, my sax is quite grubby, but it kind of works for it. I think with silver, and presumably it's going to tarnish. It's going to really hold like dust and stuff as well. I think you're going to have a lot of work cut out for you for this. And for the sake of what difference it makes in sound, I mean, it seems to make it slightly brighter, I would say. I wouldn't personally go for it. But I mean, it looks beautiful. So if you want to get noticed, this is a good sax for that. I couldn't help myself. I saw the Trevor James horn, which is actually a really good sax, in pink. And I was like, well, we've got to try it out. It would be rude not to. So, oh, it's heavy, you know. So the Trevor James horn is a really good intermediate sax. This is probably around the sort of £500 bracket, is it? This is £500 with a discount, so technically you're looking at kind of £700. And this is a sax that I would actually often recommend to people if they think they're going to take the sax quite far. Rather than go in on beginner and kind of waste your money having to upgrade at some point, go in with intermediate. And this is a really reliable sax, I think. And then I saw it in pink and I thought it was funny. So we're going to try it out and see if it makes a difference to sound. I actually know this sax quite well already. The first thing I'd say is having that, it must be thick lacquer. It feels heavy. It feels heavy to put on. Yeah, like it behaves just like Trevor James horn would. They're actually really reliable saxes. I've had lots of students go right up to grade 8 with these, and they're great. They do just work. So if you hear that's me going up to the top tones when I did that on the Selma USA, it squeaked at me. So this isn't going to do that. I don't feel vulnerable at all. Let's see if it can do the top stuff. Yeah, I mean the top notes come out pretty easily. They're not amazingly in tune. It's pretty in tune. I mean, I rate this over that, and this is cheaper. But I wouldn't personally want to have a pink saxophone. Daddy, I want it to pink. Does it come in pink? Yes, it does, darling, of course. You can have the pink saxophone if you want. And actually, this one's on discount because clearly no one wants it. But it's actually a great sax. So, Trevor James, good horn. I would recommend to a friend. I'm going to look at the vibrato next. Now, you might have watched my review already, and if you haven't, it should be popping above my head now. I did a review on these vibratos because I had a couple of them at the time. I think I had like 2 or 3 to hand. So I tried out a couple, and they've come a long way, actually. And they're now charging quite a lot for them. Like, this is a £500 saxophone, which when you think this one on discount is £500, and you're about to hear this, you'll see that seems like quite crazy. But they used to be super cheap, and that's why you bought them. But have a little listen. I mean, yeah. So it feels very squishy. It feels very squishy. I feel like I'm sitting in a marshmallow. So everything feels squishy. So the resistance back at you is weird. It almost feels like you've got cold or something. And then the action doesn't spring in the way that I'm used to. It feels very odd. So that's a bit strange. The clear thing, the fact that it's clear, to me is not a great thing. I mean, I've been playing for 2 seconds, and I don't know whether you can see on camera there, but already we've got moisture building up in here, which is pretty gross, really. No one wants to see that. And then on top of it all, you've got a really fragile instrument. So you might have seen when I was putting it together, I was actually being really, really careful. But these little plastic keys holding it together, particularly the octave key here, are so delicate, being plastic, that, I mean, they could break so easily. And I think this just comes with like a gig bag, which doesn't have any support in it. So if you're thinking about getting this for your kid, because you're like, oh, okay, well, that's cheap and it looks fun because it comes in a cool color or it's clear or whatever, I would say, get this guy, more bang for your buck. I know it's heavier for them to carry around. I mean, that's the only thing I would say. When people do give me these on gigs, because it's like a thing to light them up. You can attach LEDs and make them light up, which is really fun. It is fun. And when people give them to me on gigs, I'm always a bit like, oh, because they're so hard to keep in tune. Here's the tuning. I'm having to work so hard to keep, you probably see it in my face, to keep those notes in tune. But when people get them to me on gigs, I kind of think, oh, okay, well, it's a laugh, and they're super light. So if you've got a little kid that's going to be carrying this around, they literally don't weigh anything. So that's a big plus. Do watch the review, and I talk about it in a bit more depth. What I'll do last of all, just so you can hear the difference, and partly because I want to play the balanced action again, this beautiful vintage horn here, I'll just play a little bit of something. Let's do something comedy, and then we'll listen to the tune. Okay, there's a little cheesy bit of 80s pop that you didn't expect me to do, and I did anyway. In your face, YouTube. Okay. Let's hear that on this guy and see if we can make it a little bit more classy. Okay, Mr. Balanced Action. Show YouTube what it's all about. This is a casual, if you didn't watch the other video, this is a Balanced Action Selma, the Paris one. And this is a casual £4,000 to that kind of £500. I'll just have a quick blow and make sure we're all good. I mean, I'm sure you can see in my face, I know this is done on like a little lapel mic and YouTube compresses everything, and whether you can hear these sound qualities come across like I can firsthand, I'm not sure whether you're going to get that on your laptop speaker or whatever, but I'm sure you can see in my face that this is incredibly enjoyable to play by comparison to that. I mean, if we were looking at it in terms of kind of cars, this would be a Porsche. This would maybe be a Fiat Panda. I think your pink horn would be something that actually probably drives quite well, but they've put it in a comedy color, like those new Fiat, what are they called? Oh, or like a Mini where they've put a Great Britain flag on the top or something like that. And then this guy would be a nice, reliable, works, but whatever, like a Vauxhall Borer, or as I like to call them, a Vauxhall Boring. And with that, I'm going to close. Thanks for watching. Hope it was useful. Give it a thumbs up. If you're interested to know a bit more about me and the life of Chez, I'm on the social medias. I'm on Instagram and all of that, and face chat and whatever. So follow me and check out where I am in the world and where I'm playing. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone. See you.
So I am serious about this subscribing thing. Hit the button. Do it. Do it, or I'll drop you back. I will. I'll do it.